So the issue of traffic congestion in Lagos, I think I've spoken about a couple of times, and really this is, nobody needs to be told that this is a huge problem in Lagos. Lagos has one of the highest commute times in the world. And of course, with commute times comes a whole range of other problems. So health problems, environmental problems, air quality, you name it. And a lot of these are unseen additional problems that traffic causes. What we see and we're most concerned with is the time and the inconvenience associated with traffic. But there's a real human cost associated with it, and let's not forget that. But speaking about the traffic, there are really sort of two, in my view, areas that we need to, or two ways we need to think about it. The first has to do with the infrastructure. In other words, are we putting our best foot forward in terms of the range of options that we should be giving to our citizens, given the natural advantages that Lagos has? So as we all know, Lagos is a coastal city, but beyond being a coastal city, it has the lagoon, which runs pretty much through the state. And this is a veritable advantage, which I think we have not taken full or made full use of. There has been excessive focus on the road infrastructure, building more roads, fixing the existing roads, and so on, which is all good, but we need to think about what are the other elements that we should be developing at the same time. And I think that the waterways is one where we can have some quick wins, actually, because what we need to do is to identify a few key routes and then ensure that we have the vessels to ply those key routes in a way that provide options that people feel comfortable with, that are robust, and that people are happy to get on and feel safe on. Many people today are not comfortable going on these smaller boats that run from place to place on the waterways. We can make it a mainstream option by putting in some robust alternatives. That's one element. Rail is another. Now, as you know, there's been this rail project which has been on for over a decade, almost 15 years. We understand that it may be coming to fruition. That remains to be seen. However, we have to ask ourselves the question, why has it taken 15 years to accomplish what many other cities have accomplished in a much shorter period and on a much grander scale? And I think that the whole notion of reforming government and its approach to doing projects like this, to awarding contracts, the transparency, the accountability around those things, leaves a lot to be desired. If we do these other things well, these other mass transit options well, we will have a situation where people will commute in whatever way is best suited and most comfortable for them. And ideally, where we want to go in Lagos is that people can do this independent of their socio-economic status. So that if they live in a place where it is more convenient to come by water, they will come by water because there are good, safe, clean options for them to patronize. So all of that is having to do with infrastructure and expanding the infrastructure base. Nobody needs to tell anyone that a lot of the time there's chaos on the roads because there's a lack of order, there's disorder on the roads, law and order is not maintained. And we have actors on our roads who essentially are a law unto themselves. If we do not have a law-abiding, lawful, orderly process on the roads, on our existing infrastructure, that infrastructure will never be enough. Even if we build more roads, it will never be enough. If you have a 3-lane road, and 1.5 lanes are taken over by squatters, traders, etc. Commercial drivers are driving in a law unto themselves. We have the activities of agberos and the like, and touts operating freely on the roads. And these entities cannot be curbed by government because government is beholden unto them because they are a key source of the ruling party's political power. If you have such a situation, you will continue to have disorder on the roads. and the existing infrastructure will never be enough. The answer is not to build new and new infrastructure only. We must use the existing infrastructure well also. Otherwise, we will never get to the promised land. And both of these must be addressed. And central to addressing the issue of the existing infrastructure and instituting law and order is the process of reforming government and the process of reforming the wings on which the ruling party rides into power, part of which are these negative elements that they are no longer then in a position to curb. You, as the average citizen, can put an end to that by selecting the leaders that you believe, electing the leaders that you believe will act in your interest, and using the power of your vote to bring them to power, so that those leaders are beholden to nobody but you as the average citizen and will then protect your interest.